What a crowd. What a crowd. How did you get in here? Hey,
Left your door open.
My fault. It's anyway.
Your barn door.
Welcome to Revenge of the Show. If it's your first time here, please subscribe. If whatever, like and do all that kind of stuff. And tonight's show, John's coming back. John, come on back. And tonight we're going to talk about an older movie that
all my true fans are in the rafters. Just saying.
Well, I thought we closed that off. Anyway, it's like we got high tech here, right?
Yeah.
High tech. So we're going to talk about an older movie that's on Netflix right now that I highly recommend if you haven't seen it. Midnight Run. I asked John to go check it out again.
Came out when I was 3 years old.
And so it makes me feel old. It's like, what the fuck? So anyway, what year did that come out? Do you remember?
88-ish, somewhere around there.
88-ish. It's like, that's a long...
I looked it up last time I watched it.
Yeah, now, I like the movie. I love De Niro in it. And
it's weird seeing a young De Niro.
It is weird.
That blows my mind still,
really
just because, even in Goodfellas, which came out like a year later, he looks way older. Well, I guess at the end of the movie he looks older. But
I don't know. Besides that, I think it's his funniest movie.
Funniest?
Because he takes it. If you look at what's the movie where he was in? Help me out here,
Ben
folks.
Stiller?
Ben Stiller movie.
To Meet the Parents.
Meet the Parents. He doesn't have to.
He's good in that.
He's great in it, but he's not carrying the whole movie.
No. He's not carrying it.
He's like the shtick.
He's
kind of.
He's the glue.
It just feels like he's like Ben Stiller is obviously like the star of that.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of a side character.
Yeah, and this one he's really carrying it. And there's a lot of great people in this movie. Joey Pants, and you know how I'm talking about Joey Pants, right?
Is that the Sopranos guy?
He was in The Sopranos
and The Matrix.
The Matrix.
Yeah.
And
I'm not
Risky
gonna lie.
Business.
The last time I saw it, that never registered. But when I'm just watching it again recently, because I've seen The Sopranos a million times, and I've seen The Matrix more than a handful of times. I'm like, and he looks older in 1988 than he did in 1999 in The Matrix.
Yeah.
He was like the bad hairdo with the comb over and everything.
That was a bad wig. That was a really bad wig.
That was a wig?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought that was his hair.
Yeah, he's from Chicago. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about.
Joe Pantaleone.
That is correct.
Yeah.
He's Guido, the killer pimp. Risky Business.
He's Ralph Ziffaretto in The Sopranos. That's who he is.
I remember him from Risky Business.
Right.
So Charles Grodin is in this movie, and he's great. And he just died last year, and so did Yaphet Kotto. He died last year,
Which one's
too.
Charles Grodin?
So it's the main guy.
You got 20 years on me, Bruce.
He was the guy. He was the guy that De Niro had to get. To
Okay, all right, gotcha.
He's in.
Yeah.
He's been in a million movies.
He was a fun character.
He's a funny guy. Check out. If you go to YouTube, look for him with his interviews with Johnny Carson or David Letterman. They're funny as fuck.
I want to actually, before you even go into that, I want to ask you, because I kind of brought this up before we did this. Is that movie meant to be a comedy?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not saying that it wasn't funny. I'm just saying
I'm saying it's not funny.
No. But I'm saying the entire time watching it, the approach felt like it was supposed to be a little bit more on the darker side, until all of a sudden there would be like this rodeo music playing whenever they're like it's Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, but like where they say fuck all the time.
It's a funny movie. I don't think it's funny.
I think it is funny, but not like, ha funny.
Oh, there's some, when the one guy keeps stealing Yaphet Kotto's cigarettes all the time.
That's just hey, and then at the very end he tells him, he's like, oh, you better watch your cigarettes. Okay.
They get it.
Is that 80s comedy?
Trains and Automobiles curse tirade with Bruce.
But anyway, it's like a lot of the stuff.
Hates that movie.
This movie, I love that movie.
I'm just kidding.
So anyway, it's like the movie. I mean, this guy directed Beverly Hills Cop.
Okay.
So it's like a lot of these action sequences. They
Yeah,
go
but
on
Eddie
a little
Murphy
bit,
carries
They
any
get a little
movie you
bit
put
too
him in.
long. Yeah, but forget about that. Think about the action sequences that
Yeah.
were in this movie, and they kind of go a little bit too long for me. If there's anything that I don't like about the movie, it's some of the chase sequences. But it's
Yeah.
like. This director, his last movie was Jiggly or something like that. I mean, it's
Geely?
or Geely. That was his last
You could
movie.
really call it Jiggly?
Is that a
Jiggly,
porn?
Geely. It's one of the worst movies ever.
Yeah, it's like Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez
Is it
and
porn?
almost.
You've probably seen it then.
You're thinking jiggles.
Yeah.
So-
Jiggly. That-
So the music in
no
this movie,
copy in it?
Elfman does the music in the
Yeah.
movie. And some of the movies where it's like supposed to be like poignant, it's like it's pretty sweet, and the
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
music goes along really good. So a lot of the music is 80s
So
music.
it's a very well put together movie. Don't get me wrong, but I guess I was having a hard time understanding, like, I guess just like the angle that they were selling, because it felt like a buddy cop action type of movie at one point, and then
So-
comedy at the next.
out of 5 stars.
3,
3.
yeah.
I would think that if you didn't
I
think
feel
it was
like it
funny,
had the same kind of storyline plot as a lot of movies of that time.
See, I give it a 3.5.
Okay.
All day long. I think the acting is great. I think it's funny.
I could have told you how it was going to end.
Three
Halfway
is not
through the
that
middle.
different from 3
Halfway
and a half.
halfway through the movie, I could have told you, he's going to become friends with the guy, like this whole Stockholm syndrome thing, and like they're going to become friends, and
Well, that's a bunch
but
of
then
those movies
but then
I like.
he's not. He's going to do the right thing, but then still win in the end.
Yeah,
you
well,
know?
you're looking for a movie that's like not what you were looking for. It's like you're looking for a serious movie.
But I wasn't looking for anything.
You don't know what you're looking at.
I
So anyway,
not
any of
wrong.
you guys see it?
No.
3.
3.
Did you see it?
3.
I give it 3 because it was super entertaining.
Okay.
It was fun to see De Niro in a role like that, because obviously he doesn't do roles like that anymore. And it was fun to see it, because it's definitely a victim of its time, for sure, with like a lot of the things that you
so
see
you don't
happening.
think it holds
like,
up?
Like holds up how?
Well, what you just said.
No, I'm just saying there are things in it that definitely date it. Like when they're on the
Okay,
plane
yeah,
and he puts
so
like,
it's
like
dated,
the
which
stethoscope
means that it
things
doesn't
in,
hold
like
up as well.
Also there was a scene that I one of the few times I did laugh during. It was when he's on a plane and he's making the fake badge, and he has scissors on a plane, and he's just sitting there next to a child, cutting things with scissors. I just was on a plane like a couple days ago. And I'm just like I couldn't even bring a bottle of
but
water on the plane.
Then you can say that about any movie
I
that
know.
was before now.
I know, but like you say, does it hold up? As far as like being fun to watch, of course.
That's what
absolutely.
I mean. That's what
holds
I
up.
mean. Does it hold
You
up?
know,
that
but it's dated. It's definitely dated with even just the phones. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
there's
but
a scene where he goes, go. I forget the name of the place. He goes, go over to the Chinese restaurant. I'm going to call you over there. It's like what?
But dude,
You
that
know?
doesn't mean. I mean, you look at any movie before 1980,
I know,
you're going to be
I
like,
know.
oh, it's a dated movie. It's like as long as it holds up and it does hold. You say it holds up.
It
you know,
does.
as a story. So that's the most important thing.
As long as you know it's from the 80s.
Yeah.
Snakes
Well,
and scissors.
I'm going to be bringing a whole bunch of that stuff to it.
Let
So
him
it's like
Like what? What do you mean?
older movies.
Okay.
So we're going to be looking at
Oh,
older
yeah,
movies,
yeah.
and we're going to be looking at and seeing if he still likes them. Anyway, thanks everybody. What should they do?
Like and subscribe.
Thank you.
Yeah.
3 stars. Give him 3 stars.
3
3.5.
stars, like the
Because it's a
show.
good night.
3.5.
It's a good show. Watch the show.
Thumbs up.
On Netflix.
Woo!
Bye bye.